Alright, what good, y'all? It's your boy Chris, man. Welcome back to another brand new video, twin. Y'all see what we got going on, man. We have why first of all, why rookie LeBron was honestly hated by his teammates. Because if y'all already know, whenever LeBron entered the league, it was unbelievable. Like, we never really seen a player get this much hate and like so much attention. Like, boy, it was a time. And LeBron still did what he had to do, though. He carried that squad, did what he had to do. But we're gonna see what this video talking about. I think I have some ideas on why they dislike Brian. But we finna see the real reason. So you already know what to do. Leave a like, comment. If you are new to this channel, do me a favor, please subscribe to this channel, twin. But listen, like I said, if you don't subscribe, do like, comment. That will help the channel out a lot. And also follow me on all my social medias, man. Check out every single channel. And yeah, that's really all. I've been really trying to be consistent and been trying to post on all these channels, man. But new vlogs is about to be coming up too. But enough of me yapping, enough of me talking. Let's get right into this.
You can really just bring a high school player in and really just think your team gonna really turn around. Like, you can really just bring a high school player in and really just think your team gonna really turn around like that.
He says their egos wouldn't allow it. I kept telling them, you have a chance to help one of the game's future stars, but they wouldn't embrace him. 35 games that year because of him. He's had some outstanding seasons since then, but that first one may have been the most impressive because of how he excelled in spite of the jealousy on his own team.
LeBron's arrival to the league was marked with a kind of hype that is still being talked about more than 2 decades later. He was the chosen one, some thought he was the next Michael Jordan or Magic, and he was already a huge public figure long before the days of social media, covering Sports Illustrated and signing an 8-figure deal before playing a single game.
Yeah, hold up. And did y'all also see, Brown was talking about it, he actually had a deal, I think it was Reeboks. It was either Adidas, I think it was Reebok. Yeah, I want to say Reebok. But he was like, obviously he was young as hell. He was like 18, and he was still going, and he's still in high school, everything like that. But they offered him a $10 million deal, and then he turned it down because there was like some you can get this whatever, but promises that you won't meet with nobody else. And he looked at his mom, whatever, and then his mom was just like, it's all on you, you do what your gut feel, however you feel, we know what you think. He said no. Then look at him messing around. Got that Nike joint. I do want to say it was Reebok, but I think at that time it was whenever I think Reebok. I think they had they had like a sponsor, or they was like they owned something part of like the NFL too around that time. But I do want to say I think it was Reebok though. I'm pretty sure. If it wasn't, it was Adidas, but I'm pretty sure it was Reebok.
They had to move his high school games to college and arenas. He's selling out. He was at that time. He was selling more tickets than the Cavs.
That's crazy.
His high school game against Warrensville Heights, there were 20,000 people there. The Cavs were averaging like maybe 11,000. That year.
As we've seen countless times with some highly touted prospects, not everybody believes in the hype, or even if they do, you're always gonna have those who just don't like it. Rookie LeBron was no exception, but the difference was that it wasn't just opposing teams or fans that didn't like him. It was also his own teammates from the Cavs organization.
We have better players than him in this position already on our team, bro. The sky's the limit for him, though.
Boozer hating that.
Listen us.
So just imagine how hard it is to fight off the naysayers, doubters, haters that you never see but you know they're talking crazy behind TV screens, computers, phones, tablets. Then imagine fighting off naysayers, doubters, haters that you would think have your back, and you see them every day. That was an Instagram caption by LeBron on a video he posted in 2017, showing his future Cavs teammates commenting on his imminent arrival to Cleveland.
Crazy.
And the intro video was JJ Redick reading a quote from former Cavs coach Paul Silas, who coached LeBron in his rookie season. It might be a stretch to go ahead and claim that LeBron's teammates hated him during his rookie year, but one thing that's a complete fact from what we can tell is that there was some tension between LeBron and his teammates. So much so that all 4 guys in that famous clip were not with the Cavs by LeBron's second year in the league, and for 3 of them, it can be traced back to LeBron. One fan in the comment section of the first video I played from JJ Redick's podcast claims to have noticed that LeBron's teammates didn't like him way back in 2004 towards the end of his rookie season, all because of the bench reaction that LeBron got in one of his games. The fans said, go watch his first 40-point game against the Nets in his rookie season. It's so obvious that they didn't like him because the bench barely reacted as he was single-handedly carrying them from behind in the fourth.
That's insane.
And he looked angry the whole time while he was doing it. It was such a strange game to watch because of how uninterested the Cavs looked. After reading this comment, I decided to look up the game, and I think this fan might be onto something. But before we dive into it, be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more. But let's get into it. When the Cleveland Cavaliers faced the New Jersey Nets in 2004, LeBron put on the best performance of his rookie season. 19-year-old LeBron scored a then career-high 41 points, dished out another career-high 13 assists, and finished the game with a game score of 39, which was the highest he recorded in that season. Wow. Just for reference, in the 2016 NBA Finals, when the Cavs came back from being down 3-1, the only time LeBron had a game score higher than 39 in that series was in Games 6 and 7, which was arguably LeBron at peak form. But the stats weren't even the best part of LeBron's performance in that game, but it was how he put up those numbers that was most impressive. These New Jersey Nets were the back-to-back Eastern Conference champions, and in that game, the Cavs had been...
Jefferson? Who else?
These New Jersey Nets were the back-to-back Eastern Conference champions, and in that game, the Cavs had been trailing for much of the contest. It was in the third quarter, after this assist to Boozer, that LeBron seemed to turn it up.
Fade away.
Little fader. Good steal.
James with speed, and that call way too high for Kittles. Too risky on that pass. James, another in the open floor. Hesitation. Power. Explosive. He's cerebral about the game.
Boy, man, that man, young killer right there. And see, look, let me just explain this to y'all. This is the difference between Bron and other niggas, bro. And let's just talk about this Cavs team in particular. All this hating, right? Just know if they would have threw that up to Bron would have he would have went straight up. Just look at what he did. Nigga, I would have ran out dunk with my left, boy.
James, no call. Layup doesn't go. Follow, count it. They've got away with a push off there. And Jefferson has it stolen. James, 1-on-2.
Like I said, look at it just going up. You know, ain't no pump faking, dog. Nah, we up there.
He's accepting the challenge to Bron inside.
54 55 is such an ugly number to wear, though. I ain't gonna lie.
The burst which LeBron had late in the third allowed the Cavs to come back within the game, and they went into the fourth trailing by just 3 points. At that point, the game had been back and forth. The Cavs struggled to get a lead because the Nets had answers for everything that the Cavs threw at them. In fact, the post-game stat sheet showed that the Nets had the lead for a total of 40 minutes in that game. And it wasn't too long until the Cavs were down near double digits again. But in that fourth quarter, LeBron scored or assisted on 24 of the 32 points scored, and it was a spectacular performance as you're about to see, especially in crunch time with less than 2 minutes left in the game. But as you watch these clips, I want you to keep in mind what the fan in the YouTube comments said about the Cavs bench and the teammates' reaction to the show that LeBron was putting on.
LeBron James kept it alive. Lee Nailon will give it up. James
good pass, Brian.
It is even. Shot clock inside 10.
Woo.
James going to raise up.
Ooh.
Yeah. And James, Richard Jefferson for New Jersey. LeBron James has hit them both. Baseline, and the crowd lost it. James open floor. LeBron James to the hole. Got it to drop it differential. Cavaliers got a foul. Ripped away though. James to push it. LeBron James.
Ooh. Man, I am bruh. Like, you mad? Like for real, some real stuff. You really imagine facing this though. Like, 6'8", bro. 200 and some, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Muscle. Just fast as hell. Like, I don't know how much he was weighing around this time, but I was just kind of just thinking about like right now type of Brown, but like you mean how shit, probably 190, probably 185 on that. I don't really know, but just know muscle, quickness, and the athleticism is insane. Like, dog, head down and just went.
Take it to the basket inside. Jefferson from deep. No. James with a board. The 4-0. The punctuation mark. Take off. Touchdown from LeBron James.
If a Carlos Boozer layup got a fist shake and clapping from the bench, I think 2 clutch shots, a steal, and a layup for the lead and a dunk for the dagger also deserve some love from the bench. But even after the game was over, you didn't see too many teammates embracing or cheering on LeBron at all.
Insane.
So maybe the fan wasn't wrong in their observations. But we can't just base our information of the weird relationship between LeBron and his teammates on a YouTube comment, or make assumptions and jump to conclusions based on what we see.
Yep.
There are different reasons why this tension existed, many of which are actually documented. LeBron was easily the most hyped prospect of all time, and it seems like you hear that being said about different players these days, but there's a reason why the hype we saw with Zion and Wemby was compared to that of LeBron. But even in 2003, although NBA fans were looking forward to his arrival to the league, there was already an existing order in the Cavs organization. We know that even for the best of the best in the NBA, there's a learning curve, and that even generational talents don't become the best player in just one season. That's one of the things that all those Cavs players that LeBron posted on his Instagram in 2017 were saying, if you take away the tone and the shade, of course. And if anybody knew anything about that learning curve, it was his 2 teammates Darius Miles and Ricky Davis, who were both drafted out of high school, but in many ways failed to live up to expectations. And these 2 were also some of the main guys who were suiting up for the Cavs every night. But the arrival of LeBron and the hype that framed him as the savior of the Cleveland Cavaliers meant that someone or multiple guys on that roster were going to have to sacrifice their time on the court, their touches, or their role on the team to make room for LeBron and let him have the keys
don't like
to
that.
franchise.
Everybody want to be the star.
But they didn't like that. A case in point, Ricky Davis. In the 2002-2003 NBA season, Ricky Davis was the number 1 option on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Davis was an athletic swingman who played 12 seasons in the league. He was in his 5th NBA season when LeBron got drafted, and he was coming off of a 25-5 season. Essentially, this was the guy that LeBron was coming in to replace as the number 1 option of the Cavs. Davis, however, also had a reputation as a player who was more concerned about his individual stats than team success. Probably the most famous moment in his career was him throwing the ball off of the rim to catch a rebound and secure a triple-double. And you also had announcers saying stuff like this after...
Dog, ain't no way, bro. Listen, ain't no way.
Probably the most famous moment in his career was him throwing the ball off of the rim to catch a rebound and secure a triple-double.
That's insane.
And you also had announcers saying stuff like this after he made his way on highlight reels.
Look, no one has ever questioned the athletic ability of Ricky Davis. What they question is his understanding of the game, his willingness to share the basketball and play within a team concept that helps you to win games.
This self-centered attitude had caused Davis to butt heads with many people around the NBA on many occasions in his career, especially Paul Silas, who had coached Davis early on in Charlotte, before they met again when Silas was brought in to coach the Cavs in LeBron's rookie year. Davis felt like it would be a while before LeBron becomes a top 10 player, so he was hesitant to make any changes in his game.
So when LeBron came, everything was good. We were rolling. LeBron was in, because I knew the young fella wasn't ready to, win us a championship. So I figured, I'm going to just keep doing me. I really don't care who on the floor.
And y'all niggas ain't do shit. You saying all this? What the Cavs do? Not nothing. Until Brian. Y'all niggas kill me.
Plays, you ain't got to do nothing.
He was still focused on getting his and putting up his stats, and on one occasion, he even said that he saw LeBron as a complementary piece to help him carry the scoring load. He would then get a wake-up call because, unlike Davis, the coaching staff and the front office were determined to give the keys to LeBron and make him the number 1 option as soon as they could. And according to Davis, this worsened the already weird dynamic between him and the coaching staff because he was getting pulled out of games in which he was playing really well, his minutes were becoming more and more inconsistent, and he felt like he was being held back from performing at his best, all in order to let LeBron cook. Obviously, this did not sit right with Davis, and when he brought it up to the coaching staff, they did not deny the fact that he was getting a different kind of treatment, but the reasons they gave for it was what did not make sense to Ricky Davis because they claimed that he was being harsh to LeBron.
But next thing you know, Paul Silas takes me out, and he's like, I'm taking out, he take me out. I'm like, what's up, coach? He like, man, you got to stop kind of yelling at the young fella. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I go back on the bench. I didn't think none of it. I'll go back on the bench, and next thing you know, I'm not in the game. That whole game, he didn't put me back. I go back the next game. Same thing. Getting buckets. I think I came out, scored 15 points in the first quarter. I'm pissed, okay? He takes me out again. And I'm like, Coach, what's going on? And he like, you keep yelling at the young fella. He said the same exact things.
Now, there's two sides to this one. There's one story that Ricky Davis cussed out LeBron for driving to the basket instead of passing him the ball in a game against Portland. But even to this day, Davis claims that he never cussed out LeBron and that if there was ever such an instance, it was just a misunderstanding because that's just how he talks. Ricky Davis...
So I don't really know. Y'all gotta let me know if y'all how much y'all actually want to believe in that. You know what I mean? But just hearing the person be like yelling at the young fella, I don't know. I feel like, what was the reason for you yell? You know what I mean? And it seems like, he was selfish, hog. You know what I mean, bog. So, you know what I mean? Give me the ball, bro. Fuck you talking about, dog? You know what I mean? Like, man, bro, what you talking about? You just got only 18, dog. Like, you know what I mean?
It was just a misunderstanding.
I can hear something like that.
That's just how he talks.
But I don't know.
Ricky Davis claims that as a result of all this, he found himself in a weird spot because he did not know what he had done to LeBron, and this had him questioning himself for a little bit. After communicating with his agent, he was informed that he was being accused of conduct detrimental to the team, which he also denies to this day. But again, I think we should take the comments by Ricky Davis with a grain of salt because it is on record that in that season, there was an instance where Coach Silas kicked Davis out of practice and soon after, he was banned from a road trip. So this could be the detrimental conduct that was being referred to, but in the podcast that I played, Davis claimed that he did not know what the team was talking about. In what Davis describes as a desperate search for clarity, he called for a meeting with his agent, coaches, team executives, and later on they were also joined by LeBron.
So he sit down, and so they get to talking, okay, LeBron, this is why we in here. Man, look, I say, hold on, Bron. They say I just interrupted him. Bron, they say I cussed you out. He said, huh?
Oh.
You ain't never cussed me out. I said, they keep saying I cussed you out, and I'm yelling at you or some shit like that. He said, you ain't cussed me out. I don't know what they talking about. I got up and left.
Ricky Davis stormed out of the meeting, and it was immediately after that he was traded to Boston just 22 games into that season.
Dang.
So if this information tells us anything, is that Davis was definitely one of the players that Paul Silas was referring to when he talked about how the egos of certain players got in the way of helping LeBron. Because when he was asked about the trade, one comment that Coach Silas made was that the atmosphere would change and that it needed to. Now, if that instance sent any message to the rest of the team, it was to tread lightly around LeBron. But this was the old school NBA where rookies were subjected to various rookie duties, sometimes hazing, and just a lot of little bro treatment. But with LeBron, that wasn't really his experience. Bruno Sandov, an NBA journeyman who was LeBron's teammate in 2003, shared a story about how he decided to engage LeBron in some rookie duties because he felt like the way everybody danced around LeBron was a bit insane. Sandov said that it's something that veterans do to rookies to establish respect for older players. It goes on for a month and it's nothing special. LeBron shows up, everybody's like, wow, that's LeBron. He has a $100 million contract with Nike. That's an 18-year-old kid and nobody wanted to talk to him. So I was like, what's this about? So one day while they were in the locker room, Sundov decided to make a request that only a vet can make to a rookie. He said, I want a large coffee and a pack of donuts first thing tomorrow. Which on the surface seems like a small thing to ask, but even Sundov added that one of his teammates, Big Z, who was right next to him, later brought it up, asking, what are you doing? You're gonna get both of us traded.
That nigga bro been having emotions. Nigga said, bro, what are you doing? I ain't trying to get traded, gang. Boy, this is just Ricky Bron in the state, bro. Oh man, imagine the Lakers and the other shit, boy, Miami, everything, bruh. You couldn't do nothing, man.
The next to him later brought it up, asking, what are you doing?
Yeah, bro, are you trying to get traded?
But LeBron responded with a yeah, no problem, which left the whole locker room in shock. And Sundov even thought that LeBron was saying that just to say it, but he found everything he requested and a newspaper in the locker room the next morning. LeBron wanted to be one of the guys and get normal treatment, but him being who he was just made it hard for those guys to embrace him.
Man.
The issue of ego was definitely a valid one because the attitudes that LeBron's teammates held about him and went on to publicly display before he even played a game shows you that they didn't like the feeling of sacrificing for a younger star. Vets are crucial to the development of a player, but from the looks of it, this is something that rookie LeBron lacked. But obviously this didn't hinder his career trajectory. If anything, it actually hurt some of those guys who were more focused on getting their own shine because they missed out on an opportunity to contribute to a legacy that's unlike anything we've ever seen. That's it for the video. Please be sure to like.
Oh, I remember this, the Kobe Will Season game. I'm gonna do a reaction to that too. I remember that. Yeah, I love that story. Yeah, I'm gonna tap in for that. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this story down in the comment section. This was a W story for sure. And you know, Brian, you know, Brian's still Brian, bro. You see how great that man's still being though. But man, that's actually crazy though. It was really hating though. But he did what he did, and now we here. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comment section. Do y'all believe in some of the things that was said? Do y'all think some of the stuff that was said that was lied to? Y'all let me know. But I thank y'all, love y'all. Follow me on all my social medias. Check out every single YouTube channel. Subscribe to every single YouTube channel. And you know, I really thank y'all, love y'all, appreciate y'all. Keep on supporting me, man. And I thank y'all. Stay safe.